So the first task is we need to straighten out this board. This is a curved board, and if I look down through here like this, I don't know if you can tell in the video, maybe like right there, it turns, the curve is about right into here. So I set the fence, so we're going to take off that. Then we're going to just take off a little bit here. We're going to keep this away from the fence here. And we're going to try to get this board straight. Now we could put a straight edge on here and mark it. And that's okay. I don't really feel like I need to, because then I'm going to flip the board like this after I've cut that off. And I'm going to move the fence over a little bit. And I'm going to take a little bit more off this side. And then I'll flip it again, take a little bit more off this side, until when I'm running it along this fence, it's staying nice and even with that fence and there's no gaps. Just taking off a little bit at a time. So it may take me like 3 or 4 passes, just taking off a little bit, just a sliver to even it up. A little bit more, if the more the gap is here, the more I'm going to take off. So if I see an 1/8 inch gap, I'm probably going to take off an 1/8 inch after I flip it. Okay, so we got it. So this lumber was not kiln dried. This was air dried for years. I'm a little worried in that when I set it down here, it's got a little tilt to it, but not much. It does rock slightly. I'm hoping once we take off some of that, on this side it doesn't do that, so that's good. With the frame, you really need it quite flat. So if this board showed a little twist like this, I would not use it. Or a little bit more than it does. It's not bad, so I think I'm going to be okay. Because remember, when you slice it like this, then the curve from here to here is half as much as from here to here. So if there's a slight rock right now, once I slice it down, there's going to be even less. And when we put the frame together, there's going to be a little bit of play there. So we're going to be able to flatten it out at that point. Now this other board seems to have a little bow in it. This way. But remember, we're going to be cutting this down to 18 inches. Well, more like 18 plus 6 and 24 plus 6. We'll be cutting it in half. So we're going to be taking out most of that there. So I think plus we're going to be cutting these in strips too. So if there is a little bit of side to side, that's going to come out. Plus we got a little bit of forgiveness when we put it together. And the way we put it together will help us there, because if we can put the bends against each other, they'll cancel each other out. So these are all little things to look for, but right now we need to get this straight, get a nice straight edge, and then we'll figure out how wide we're going to make each strip. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other one. So let's get our strips made.